In this video, I get things organized, I build a very efficient music disc farm, expand my tower of slavery, I give my villagers more jobs to feed their families. And I finally change this hideous building. But first I'm going to need more wood, which I'm then going to use to make loads of hoppers. The first time ever I have grown trees on every single block. Let's see how much wood this actually gets me. I've spent ages mining at all these logs. I do just wonder if there's a faster way. By grabbing gunpowder and also some sand, which can then be turned into TNT, which I'm then going to use to try and speed up the process. Drop a piece of TNT in there, line it up, and look at that. Loads of wood, very, very fast. It drops every single block when you use TNT. So I guess my best option is just to try it a few times. And in fact, I can kind of dig tunnels like that and then do a little bit more. Maybe if I do another one through here, we can also go like that. Perfect. Then we can go and collect up this wood, and hopefully just speed up the whole process. Finally made it back down to the bottom. I'll probably just mine this all normally, but it has been a very successful tree chopping mission. We also seem to have had a slight issue where my scaffolding is broken. Look at that. Over a shulker box full. We can't even fit it all in our inventory. And this scaffolding can easily be replaced. What was the point of getting all this wood? Well, I wish to turn it into chests, which can then create lots of hoppers. And if I need more iron, there's plenty more where that came from. And that's pretty much all I need for this next project, which is to add auto storage to this wool farm. Because in my opinion, it is very, very disorganized. So this area that I've chiseled out is pretty much going to be where the auto storage is. Just got to remove that chest and instead run hoppers through to here. Don't know if this is a good thing, but there's now a massive trail of hoppers going all the way around here, along here. I just need 16 comparators. Only have enough redstone to make 13 comparators, which can mean only one thing. We're going mining. Thankfully, this giant area I made has loads of places where I can just easily get redstone. I forgot I just randomly leave diamonds laying around here. But you know what I think of diamonds, don't you? Yes, diamonds are for peasants. Netherite is where it's at. And look at that. There's just randomly more diamonds over there as well. Got more than enough redstone from all that, which means I can make the 3 more comparators, 16 repeaters as well, and get back to building. The main reason I build these auto storage systems is just because I love the organization that it brings. It's just so beautiful to know that every single thing is in its proper place. And I'm also very disorganized with my chests, so auto storage is kind of the only way they ever get organized. So this is pretty close to being finished. I just need to add chests all the way along here. Then these hoppers connect to the chests, and I finally need to try and add items to these so that they don't all get mixed up. As you can see, it's pretty fast. They're all filtering through quickly. So let's get organizing these hoppers. And now each and every one of these hoppers has the wool in that it needs, so all the wool is getting perfectly sorted, which means it's then all filtering nicely into these chests. And I'm also going to add another row of hoppers and chests below just to avoid any backlogs. So my plan is to put glowstone above every single chest, and then the corresponding wool above each of the chests as well. Just like that. Okay, that is perfect. Let's cover this bit with birchwood stairs. See what this wandering trader wants, because he will not shut up, and they're just all useless. But you know what? I'm going to buy the dye because it's just easier than getting it another way. You know what? Birch saplings, because I did do a lot of deforestation. And now I need to stop wasting all my money. Didn't really know what to put for this final one, so I just chose crying obsidian, because this chest in here is only for like miscellaneous items that don't go in any of these, in case, you know, some dirt falls into a hopper or something. So don't expect to see crying obsidian end up in there. The stairs down to this place are now complete. Let's use some birchwood logs as pillars. I think it makes the most sense for the floor to also be birch. You know what? I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit more. I'm going to make these into birch wood, and then yeah, I'm going to try this for the roof, but then I'm going to strip all of them. Yeah, I think that's a pretty nice effect. I'm going to need to do a lot more tree chopping to get this finished though. But considering I also built this place, I feel like my building's improving. And whilst I'm in the area, let's grab this honeycomb for the walls. There we go. Very nice indeed. I feel like I need to come up with some better way to farm every single kind of wood, because it's stupid that at this stage I'm still going and mining trees. I basically have an infinite supply of everything but wood. Lovely, the roof is done. I just need to strip all these logs. Fill in these walls right here. Hold that thought, I'm going to change this to birch. And now this place is finally finished. It took some time, but I have to say, it looks very, very nice. There was a slight improvement. Let's just put birch in these bits here. There we go. That's even better. A few torches on these walls for some light. And with that, I am now getting loads and loads of wool. Job well done, if you ask me. This random clump of trees has been here for so long. I don't know why I don't just get rid of the wood. Kind of the end of an era. Also, we've got this half-broken tree. I think a ravager did that. I'll also break this. And it's getting very, very dark. The villagers are fast asleep. I suppose I should get to sleep. This is also probably a good time to check out my sugarcane farm. I did upgrade it to make it bigger not that long ago, so let's see how it's doing. Look at that. It's not crazy speeds, but it's as fast as it needs to be. Now this right here is an eyesore. I can only leave it for so long. I think it's time I did some more mining. And speaking of making things look better, I am on a quest for 3 million subscribers. So I know it's a big commitment, but if you like my videos, please, please, please subscribe. Well, it was quite the project. My frame rate is dead from all these items on the ground, but the mountain is gone. Now I just need some snow to cover it up. I feel like this place could be even better. I think I need to double it in size. You know, we've got all these guys working hard, but we just need more. Yes, the chests are overflowing with vegetables, and I really don't need more vegetables. But hey, what's the point of playing Minecraft if we don't get a ridiculous amount of items that we don't need? So for this, I'm going to need quite a lot of glass, lots of iron blocks, which we have plenty of, dirt, glowstone, and instead of bringing loads of buckets of water, I'm just going to bring ice. There are other things I'll need later on, but this will get me started for now. Another layer has been completed, and I'm already beginning the next one. And that's the 5th layer complete. Time for the final layer. And the final villager is already heading up and straight into my trap. You're not going to be a farmer. You're just going to be a helpless villager that's trapped here forever. So now these guys are all in. I just need to get some wheat seeds, and then we can do this guy's job for him and get planting. And now the 6th layer is complete. And what an amazing place it really is. I feel like I should make it different colours. I feel like I might just, you know, keep making it bigger and bigger as time goes on. But don't worry, I'm not going to add any more layers in this video. What I am going to do is head to my gold farm and repair my tools because they're getting a little bit broken. My tools are now all nicely repaired. I think it's time I turned this mess into a nice organised room. That means I'm going to need more comparators, repeaters, and more hoppers and chests. And you've seen me do this next bit already today, so I won't bore you with the details. The only thing that does worry me about this is when I've got to move all of these into the things and break these chests. There's going to be items everywhere, but for now, we're just going to do this. Alright, here we go. Big mess number 1, which will be nicely fixed by chests along here like this. It's come out quite nicely, but I'm going to grab a little bit of leather and I'm going to make myself some item frames. Then I'm going to put glowstone along here with item frames in front of those, and then these will correctly correspond. Perfect. The only problem with this room now is it's a little bit small, so I actually want to extend it a little bit. You know, give me a bit more breathing room. And now this room is completely finished. Oh, look at you, handing out poppies and everything now. I mean, it must be because he's seen the great economy support that I'm doing. And I'm going to be very honest, I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these things. I really have no idea. Although I do know one thing, I'm going to increase these chests down to here. And then that should avoid any overflow issues. Now this wall of music discs it's very nice, but we've not got enough. Okay, 5 is not enough, so I'm going to create a music disc farm. This is going to take quite a bit of time to build, but once it's done, it will get me over 150 music discs per hour. It took some time, but I now have all the items that I need. And this one doesn't need to be built over the water, but I still think I am going to, just to keep it out of the way. And kind of with all these other farms right about here should be perfect. And we're going to start by placing some chests along here like that, with a nice little hopper system that has a slab on top. And this is where the creeper's going to be, so I've kind of got to make a way so that it can be boxed in like this, which I'm just going to keep repeating all the way up to level 90. We've made it to the correct height, so now I'm going to build out a giant platform. The platform's done, so next we're going to build a glass border, and then a few extra glass blocks on each corner. And instead of using loads of water buckets, I'm instead going to break ice and do something like that. And there's also going to be loads of water source blocks all the way around the edge, so basically it's going to push the creepers down here. Yeah, I've definitely done this slightly wrong because it shouldn't all be completely one. Just give me a second. The water's now all gone. Time for take 2. Alright, this time it looks a lot better. Next we're going to come to the middle, build up 3 blocks, add a dispenser right there and get rid of this dirt. Next I'm going to add 6 blocks to the side of this dispenser. And these have glass on the end and glass on the left. There we go. And then this next bit is going to be a little bit precise, but I've kind of got to build out like zigzags, but there's got to be glass, I think, right about here, and it's kind of just, yeah, connecting up like that. It's really starting to come together, isn't it? So next we're going to fill in all of these gaps along here. And then I'm going to add a bunch of glass pillars. And these are basically going to stop things like spiders from spawning, because in this farm, we only want creepers. In the middle, we're going to build up like this, and we need to get this guy. Yeah, we're just going to place an observer like that with a dispenser on top of it. Let's go and get rid of all of that, and then we're also going to need a bunch of slabs. Thankfully, a bunch of slabs is what we've got, and these go out 14 blocks in all directions. And now for the bit that's going to take forever. I need to connect up the corners and then fill in the whole thing with slabs. And finally, it is done. The next job is to come down here and place trapdoors everywhere so only creepers can spawn. There we go. I tell you what, it takes ages to make creeper farms, doesn't it? You got to do so much work. So I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. Probably something like this. And I can place another trapdoor, place a slab. Right, we need to do a clock up here. But the sun's going down, so I should probably sleep first. So we need a block here with redstone on the top, and then we're going to build this out 4 on each side. There we go. And I'm going to jump up here like this thing. I'm going to put a block here, and then we also want to put a lever like that. And then it's going to be a pretty standard redstone clock, so we're just going to add repeaters all the way around here with some redstone. Do the same all the way back to the end, and then when I flick that, it should go around. I think I need to just do it into that mode, and then Yeah, it creates a nice little clock. Although I should add these. It's going way too fast. Slow it down. There we go. Okay, that's a much better speed. I'm also going to quickly go down here because I need to remember to put the water in there. So, yeah, this should in theory destroy all my torches when it does it. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And we see it in action. This is just instead of cats, basically. It's going to push the creepers off. And then it's going to go back around. It's not as fast, but obviously, you know, we're only getting music disc. It doesn't need to be ridiculously fast. All it's left to do now is build the AFK spot. And to be honest, the best thing for me to do is go back and get some scaffolding. Now I have 96 scaffolding. Let's place all of this down. I have to say, this is way, way easier than if I'd actually was placing it. Look at that. It's so easy. This is my little AFK platform. I'm going to put a slap above my head so that no phantoms can get to me. And I might even just make a little... Yeah, we'll make a little area here. We'll just chill up here. Perfect. I will also... go down here and swoop at the last second. Okay, half a heart. A little bit close for comfort. Anyway, back to business. We can break all of that. See you later, scaffolding. And look at this. We're already getting loads and loads. Oh, whoa, 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 don't blow up. Maybe it would be best just to not look at it at all, actually. Instead, I'm going to sleep. Sleeping is much safer. Right here, we're going to be building a compartment and using glass as walls and also the roof. Now, let's also build out some blocks along here with a block on the end. And I'm going to place 2 slabs like this just to protect this golem. And to make him completely safe, I'm going to box him in so that he can't escape. This golem's life will be a very simple one. Let's build this golem right here. Put a pumpkin on. There we go. You're living there, sir. Now I just need to get the guy in here, which we're going to call the Music Man. Even got him a name tag and everything. This is going to be a precarious task. In the end, I've realised building this giant bridge is the way to go. And now that's a job well done. Let's remove this bridge. Don't know how I did it, but somehow I got a floating piece of stuff. Oh, hold on, it must be glitched. Hold on, if I go like that. Yeah, it kind of reappeared. I don't know, that was a bit weird. And this farm is now complete, so let's go and fly up to the AFK area up here. I'm going to sit here for a bit and see just how many music discs we get. A couple of days have passed, let's go and see what we've got. Here are the chests and... oh my goodness, look at all these music discs. We have got every single music disc going. I'm going to need a shulker box to transport all of these. And it's also got me a little bit of gunpowder which can go into there. All of these discs just look amazing. Can't wait to get them back to my house. Man, Tommy and it would be jealous if he could see me now. So let's add a bunch of chests here first. And these can be where the music discs will live. And then I'm going to make it so that they're all extremely, extremely organized. I tell you what, organization does not get any better than that. And I need a bunch of extra item frames. And we're going to fill these with all the music discs. There's 13 in total. This is going to take a little bit, but I'm going to rename all of them in an anvil, and that's just so that when I hover over them, they actually, you can see the name. Like that one you can't see, but that one you can because I've renamed it. And there we go. Every single music disc is now in my collection. And that is one project that I can finally put to bed. Just had a false alarm. Completely forgot about this shulker box, which has a few more of these discs. I think it's time I address something, okay? You know this room? It looks terrible. It's awful, okay? And you know what? I got away with it for a bit, but it's time to fix it. I've added stone bricks around the edge and I'm digging out this area with the plan to fill it with lava. And very conveniently, I have a shulker box here, which is full of lava buckets. Although I'm not sure if this will quite be enough. Yeah, I've already run out, but don't worry, I could easily get more. There we go. I tell you what, lava floors are just a bit of a pain, really. And you'd think after building this many rooms out of lava, I'd eventually learn. But not me. I just keep doing it. I think, though, it just always looks good. It's a brilliant light source. Oh, part of me wants to... We're going to add another strip of lava here. Perfect. And this time, I'm definitely done. Need to get rid of the slithers of dirt underneath these chests and instead replace it with stone bricks. And behind these hoppers can also be stone bricks. And the exact same thing behind these top hoppers too. And I think I'm going to make the walls all blackstone, so I'm going to have to go on a bit of a mining spree. I've mined up quite a lot of this blackstone, and I think that should probably be enough. I'll get just enough so that this final stack becomes a full 64 stack. So let's mine out some of these walls, then turn all this into polished blackstone and then polished blackstone bricks and start placing. Progress on this room is starting to come along quite nicely. I just need to finish the roof. I don't really know where to just keep it blackstone or go with something else. I think, yeah, we'll just go with blackstone, see how it looks. And there we have it. The new and improved super smelter is now complete. The only thing that I would like to do is first get rid of these creepers. Oh, okay, blew up and made a bit of a mess. And I wish to take all of these blaze rods and use them in these furnaces as fuel. And that's all of them, but I could still do with like another 10 stacks, which should be very easy to get. And then this room is completely finished. I'm probably going to move this crafting table because it's not in the best spot ever. Put it somewhere like that instead. You know what? I'm just going to walk away and leave it. I never walk away and leave stuff. We're going to put it there. I think by the chest, it kind of fits in a bit better. And I have returned with many more blaze rods. As an extra little tweak to this place, I'm actually going to remove this redstone torch and put a block there and then put a lever on here so that instead of this minecart always moving, it's only going to be moving when I need it to. So if I switch this off now, the minecart will stop, and I can set it off again if I need to. It's just a little extra thing that I think is worth it. Next, it's time for me to head to the monument, because I'd like to spend more time draining the whole thing. As always, this bit is extremely fast, and I wonder if I go something like that. Alan, is this a way? Is this like... Yeah, on a 5 wide thing, it might just be enough, you know, to not even need to split up all the partitions. If I kind of, yeah, go like this all the way along, it might be better for me. Believe it or not, this is actually working quite well. And any lack of efficiency with the sponge is made up for by the fact that I don't have to place loads and loads more gravel. Pretty much all been drained nearly, but I think my best bet is going to be to get a load more sponge. So I'm going to first get some sleep and then go in search of a brand new monument. There is a fairly close one right here, but it's already given me minor fatigue, so I can't really break any of these things. But if I go in here, grab myself some iron, then use the crafting table and make out myself a bucket, I can then give myself infinite air by spamming the bucket. In here I can collect all the sponge. Well, there we have one piece, and there we have the second one, and the third and final one. Now all I need to do is track down the sponge room. Here we go. I've still got 40 seconds of minor fatigue, so I just have to sit here and wait. There we go, the effect has gone. Let's grab all of this sponge. And I'm going to have a good search around to see if I can find another room with sponge, because sometimes there is two. In fact, there we go, we found it, right in here. And before I leave, I need to remember not to forget the shulker box, the ender chest, and the crafting table. Next, I'm going to go in search of another monument. I've spotted one up here. Whether I've been to it before, I have no idea. The fact that this guy's in here would indicate I haven't been here. And it should be a very quick process to also loot this monument. Might as well also steal their gold whilst I can. Sad to say, but it seems like this monument did not generate with a sponge room, which is something that can happen at some monuments. I'm not quite sure how, but I've somehow done a full circle and I'm back at my own monument. I went back on the search and now we're at monument number 3 with more gold to be taken. And this one does have a sponge room. To be honest, this ocean is completely packed with new monuments. By the time I'm finished, I'll never need to get sponge again. Now let's get back to draining. This is why I like to mine the sponge as I'm going, because it becomes very annoying to get rid of it at the end, because it's just kind of all floating in the air. And look at this, all nicely drained. There is still all of under here to sort out, which is going to take probably quite a bit more gravel. There's not many guardians here right now, so I'm going to take the opportunity and place loads of the gravel now. There we go, mission accomplished. Let's get placing the sponge. And that is now another part successfully drained. This is a perfect time to bring out the torches and start removing the gravel, which as always is very satisfying. I've got so much gravel, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to make a double chest right here, chuck all of this gravel in there, and the shulker box also has tons of gravel in, so that's also going to go in here. And all this sponge is not needed either. That's all done nicely. Next, I'm going to continue getting rid of all this gravel. I think 5 days of that is probably enough for me. It is really starting to come together. I have way more gravel than I ever realised I had. But the worst part is I've only done a third. Are you kidding me? You really do have to be crazy to start a project like this. After all that flying around, my elytra's starting to get a bit broken, so I'm going to go and mend it. One of those things I'm tired of never having enough of is redstone. I mean, it's something that's very easy to get, but I seem to use it so fast. So I'm going to grab another pickaxe, go in search of a brand new cave, and then go in search of redstone. I ended up having to do some strip mining, and already we found some nice redstone. And even more. To be honest, it's not that hard to find really, is it? And look at this, we've found some diamonds. Now, although diamonds are for peasants, I feel like some of you would be triggered if I just left them behind. So we'll get all of these. I left some behind in the last video, and I never heard the end of it in the comments. We've dug out into a lava section here. It seems like it's a bit of a dead end though, so a bit of a waste of time for me to come out of my dive mining state. So we'll just place the water, go like that, carry on strip mining. After mining up this redstone, I've already got about 4 stacks, I believe. Yeah, look at that, over 4 stacks, but I'm going to keep going till I get about 10. And that should hopefully last me quite a long time. Even more diamonds. I don't even know what I'd do with these. I've built a diamond beacon. I mean, I've got all the diamonds in the world, full diamond. Look at it, I just can't stop finding diamonds, you know. Diamonds, they're just, to me, they're just worthless items that I just see, and I'm like, well, I might as well grab it. I mean, look at that, I've already got 24 in the chest, 49 there. Yeah, why don't we just put them together? I mean, yeah, nothing else to do. To me, redstone is way more precious. I've also realised that it's probably more effective for me to do a 2-high strip mine just because of how slow you crawl when you're doing the dive mining. So the blocks per second that you uncover whilst dive mining is probably slower than the blocks per second you do when you do this. Does that make sense? Probably not, knowing my explanations. You know what the great thing of having loads of redstone in your inventory taking up all the space? You could just turn it into redstone blocks, and all of a sudden space is no longer a problem. I don't quite know how I've done this, but I've somehow dug my way through all the way to where I battled the withers, so I guess that's a signal to go home. It certainly makes getting back to the surface easier. All of this cobblestone can be deposited here, which has been quite good because I usually run out of cobblestone quite easily. And there's plenty of redstone for this barrel as well. You know, all this bamboo here is very nice and it's very easy to harvest. You just go like that. But I feel like I can make a much more efficient version. I mean, look at all the effort I've got to go to now to pick up all the bamboo shoots. I don't even see a reason why I'd ever need all of this bamboo, but hey, we're going to make a better way to get it. And this means I'm actually going to need some of the redstone and cobblestone that I just got. This is very exciting. Something we're definitely going to need a lot of is pistons and also observers. I've nearly used up all my redstone and cobblestone already. Thankfully, I already have millions and millions of hoppers, so I don't need to make any of those, but a hopper minecart would be nice. And powered rails will also be important, and it makes the most sense to build it right next to the sugarcane farm. Although, to be honest, it's probably going to interfere with the turtle enclosure up there, so I'm going to find somewhere else to build it. I decided the best way to go is to build a little bit of a staircase downwards, and from that I can dig a long corridor. So the grass is going to go along here, and here we'll have a row of quartz, and then a row of pistons, finish with a row of observers. And then these observers are going to have blocks behind them, but redstone below them. I've explained in the video before why I do it like this, but this is just the most efficient way to build it. And the final thing I need to do is add a minecart underneath here, which means a couple of hoppers need to be here first, and then we can place down a powered rail on there, a redstone torch there, and normal rails all the way across. I'm going to build something like this, and if I break that block, place a chest like that. Hold on, let's get this right. We want another chest. Well, we want a chest there. We want a chest. What am I doing? It's all going wrong. We want a chest like that, and then we want a chest on the side of there. Perfect. So that's kind of the little chest system. The floor is of course going to be quartz, and the only thing I'd like to put in front of here is some glass, so I'm going to go and get that. Let's add in these final pieces of quartz, plant the bamboo shoots, set off this hopper minecart, place down the final pieces of glass, add a few torches around the place, and that makes this room completely finished, and already a bamboo shoot has grown. I'm guessing that bamboo grows a lot faster than sugarcane does. Although speaking of sugarcane, I'm going to turn all of this into paper and then start creating more firework rockets and chucking them in this shulker box. And all of that should keep me going for quite some time. And here we are, the final day. I'm curious to see how well the wool farm is working. Let's have a look. Oh, look at this. It's brilliant, bringing me loads of wool in. This is perfect. I'm going to grab all the honeycomb from here, turn it into honeycomb blocks, and change all this red wool to instead be honeycomb and see how it looks. Hopefully it looks better. Otherwise, this building is forever doomed to look terrible. Look at this. Efficiency 5 shears. They just insta-mine wool. It really doesn't get any better than that. And I'd have to say, it does look like a big improvement. But if I really want to improve this place, I need to grab these honey bottles, create loads of honey blocks, and change this roof from being this weird grass roof to instead be one made from honey blocks. Talk about a sticky situation. This is one of the weirdest concepts I've ever seen. As you can see, for some reason at the chunk border, you can see the honey. Like, I don't know if that's a bug or something. But hey, it's a big improvement from what it was before. It's possible that using the honey as windows and the glass as the roof might be better, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. The only thing I do want to add is loads of string to the roof so that the snow isn't a problem. And oh my goodness, the sun's going down. We're on the final day. I better hurry up. I'm fairly confident I can do this in the next 2 minutes. And there we have it. The building is complete for the second time, and the sun has already set. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was 1,100 days in hardcore Minecraft.